My name is The Adipose, and this is The Simpsons Tapped Out. Today we're going to be discussing gambling, the Springfield Downs, and asking how much profit you can make by going to the dogs. Well, greetings guys. Now, as I'm sure you often find when going around your Springfield town, setting your guys to various tasks, trying to maximise your profit and stuff, you keep seeing this little doggy symbol down here on the Springfield Downs. Now, the question I want to be talking about today is it worth you playing the Springfield Downs? Are you going to end up in profit, or are you going to end up at a loss? And is there any better ways or worse ways to play? It will cost you $5,000 each time you want to play, and I think you can play something like every 3 or 4 hours or something like that. But either way, it's a big cost to play. This isn't something that costs you $100 like, say, Cletus planting does and stuff like that. This is a big chunk of your cash, and if you then go into it, you can see that it always costs you $5,000 no matter who you bet for, but the odds change for each particular dog, and the payout changes for each particular dog as well. And just going down, it's 6250, 7,500, 10,000, 15,000, 25,000, etc., etc. And if you go in repeatedly, the dogs can be randomized. Okay, I don't think it randomizes if you just kind of repeatedly go in like over and over like this. But if you go away for half an hour, and the dogs will be randomized, but the odds will always be the same. So some people have suggested always play with the same dog. So for example, there's a dog here called Not a Chance. Some people have suggested always play with that dog, but it's randomized. It just moves around. It's the odds you probably want to play with more rather than the dog. But let's talk about it. Let's just mathematically look at this. Now, I've used some of the percentage chance here. I'll start again. I have used some of the percentage chance figures I'm using in this video from Simpsons Tapped Out Tips, as they've kind of gone into the files behind the files to look at the exact odds. Now, the dog, which is always 1 to 2, which in this particular one is Dog Biscuit, but it can change for you, has a 50% chance of winning. So you're gonna, if you always play the top one, you're gonna win half the time. Which sounds pretty good, doesn't it? You know, winning half the time that's not a bad idea. Except, look at the cost and look at the winnings. It'll cost you $5,000 to play each time, but you'll only get 6250 back, which means you're not winning double. You're not doubling your money, and if you're not doubling your money, that means you're going to win. You're going to be playing at a loss. Think of it like this. If you played this 100 times, if you play this 100 times, that would cost you $500,000 to play. If you only win half of the time, then you are only going to be taking home $312,500 back, which means if you played 100 times and the odds kind of even out over time. Obviously, you know, probability isn't an exact science. It'll be a little bit higher, a little bit lower, or whatever. If you played it 100 times, you're probably going to lose $187,000. Okay, and that's pretty damning, isn't it? I mean, that is a huge amount of money to lose if you played this over and over and over again. And actually, if you continue going down, the odds don't get better, the odds get worse, and the balance between the amount you spend and the amount you'll get gets worse as well. The odds for the next 3 are actually all the same. So the 1-1-1, the 2-1-1, and the 4-1. If you mathematically work it out, the winnings and the losing is the same. If you play these 100 times, probability would say that you would take home $150,000. So you would win. I think it's the Raised by Wolves. You're going to win 20% of the time. Drill Britannia, you'll win 15% of the time. Obedience School Dropout or the dog in that slot will only win 10% of the time. So put this all together, you win $150,000, but of course it still costs you $500,000 to play, which means that whichever one of these you play with, you're going to lose $350,000 by playing this over and over. And in fact, the one at the bottom is the worst of all, the one with 9 to 1, although it's got that lovely $25,000 reward. And let's be honest in this one, you could play that dog 3 times in a row and you're winning, it could come up 3 times in a row, so hurrah, you've just won £75,000, but the probability is not with you on that. The probability would suggest that isn't going to happen, and if you played this one 100 times, you would actually lose a whopping $375,000 when playing this. So the 1 to 2 one is definitely the best one to play if you are going to play, because your odds of winning are a lot higher than the others. However, mathematically, you're going to make a loss whichever one you play. And if you play random, then your odds, your take home is going to be somewhere between it. So if you played completely randomly, you're probably going to end up with winnings of about 200,000 ish. But your take home would you would actually end up losing about 200,000 in the process. So my advice for you is, although it looks cute and although it looks fun and it's great fun seeing the dogs run round and round and round, it probably isn't worth using the Springfield Downs, because it will lose you money in the long run. I hope you found that useful. If you have enjoyed this little mathematical look at the Springfield Downs, then please give the video a like and do subscribe if you want to see more tips and ideas and reviews and stuff from me, the Adipose. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.